Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy English with Emilie, the podcast where I help you learn practical English for everyday situations. I'm Emilie, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about something very important: courtrooms. Have you ever had to go to a courtroom, maybe as a witness, a juror, or even just for a visit? Courtrooms are serious places, and people speak in a very formal way there. But don't worry, I'm going to teach you some basic words, phrases, and tips that will help you speak English in a courtroom setting. Whether you're in a courtroom as a witness, a defendant, or a lawyer, it's important to know how to talk to the judge and other people in a respectful and clear way. In this episode, we'll cover key courtroom vocabulary, how to introduce yourself in court, how to answer questions clearly, how to speak to the judge, lawyers, and other participants in court, basic legal phrases and expressions, what to expect in a courtroom. Let's get started. 1. Key courtroom vocabulary. Before we get into how to speak in a courtroom, let's learn some important words that you'll hear in any courtroom. These words will help you understand what's going on and what people are saying. People in the courtroom: judge, the person who makes the final decision in a case. Lawyer or attorney, a professional who helps people with legal matters. Prosecutor, the lawyer who is trying to prove that someone is guilty of a crime. Defense lawyer, the lawyer who defends the accused person and tries to show they are not guilty. Defendant, the person who has been accused of committing a crime. Plaintiff, the person or organization who is bringing a case to court, usually in civil cases. Witness, a person who saw an event happen and can provide information about it in court. Jury, a group of people who decide if the defendant is guilty or not guilty. Clerk, the person who manages the court documents and records. Bailiff, a police officer who maintains order in the courtroom. Legal terms: lawsuit, a legal case in which one person asks the court to make a decision about a problem. Testimony, the information or story given by a witness in court. Verdict, the final decision or judgment made by the jury or judge. Affidavit, a written statement of facts that is sworn to be true by the person who wrote it, often used in court. Trial, the process of presenting evidence and arguments in a courtroom to decide whether someone is guilty or not. Objection, a statement made by a lawyer when they disagree with something that's being said in court. Evidence, proof or information used to help support a case. Great job! Now that we know some basic courtroom vocabulary, let's learn how to use these words in real situations. 2. How to introduce yourself in court. When you speak in a courtroom, you need to be polite and respectful. Let's practice how to introduce yourself depending on your role. If you are a witness: judge, please state your full name for the record. You: my name is John Smith. Where were you on the night of the incident? I was at home with my family. If you are the defendant, the person accused of a crime, are you the defendant in this case? You, yes, Your Honor. My name is Sarah Johnson. How do you plead? You. I plead not guilty, Your Honor. If you are a lawyer, please introduce yourself to the court. Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Emilie Brown, and I represent the defendant, Mr. John Doe. Now you know how to introduce yourself in a courtroom based on your role. Let's move on. 3. How to answer questions clearly. In a courtroom, you will be asked many questions. It's important to answer clearly and respectfully. Here are some examples of how to respond in court. If you don't understand the question, can you repeat the question, please? I don't understand. Could you explain that again? If you don't remember something, I'm not sure about that. I don't recall the details. If you are sure about your answer, yes, that's correct. No, that didn't happen. I remember exactly what happened. If you are a witness, did you see the car accident on Main Street last week? Yes, I saw the accident at 3 p.m. on June 10th. What happened next? You, the driver of the car, stopped immediately, and the police arrived shortly after. By using these simple phrases, you can answer questions in court clearly and confidently. 4. Speaking to the judge, lawyers, and witnesses. Now let's talk about how to speak to the people in the courtroom. Everyone must be treated with respect, so it's important to know how to talk to the judge, lawyers, and other participants. Speaking to the judge, yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. May I speak, Your Honor? Excuse me, Your Honor, I have a question. Your Honor, I respectfully disagree. Speaking to a lawyer, I would like to speak with my lawyer. I don't know the answer to that question. My lawyer will explain. Can you please ask my lawyer that question? Speaking to, can you explain what you saw? Did you hear what the defendant said? Can you describe what happened at the scene? By using these phrases, you'll be able to communicate respectfully with everyone in the courtroom. Five common legal phrases you will hear in court. In a courtroom, there are some common phrases that you will hear from the judge, lawyers, and others. Let's go through some of the most important ones. Judge, order in the court. This means everyone must be quiet. Lawyer, I object. This means the lawyer disagrees with something being said. Judge, overruled. The judge disagrees with the objection. Sustained. The judge agrees with the objection. Judge, case dismissed. This means the case is over and there is no further action. Judge, you may be seated. This means you can sit down. Clerk, the court is now in session. This means the court has started. These are just a few of the many phrases you'll hear in a courtroom. It's important to listen carefully. 6. Courtroom conversation practice. Now, let's listen to a short courtroom conversation. Try to repeat after me and practice your English. Judge, please state your name for the record. My name is Michael Roberts. Where were you on the night of the incident? Witness, I was at the restaurant with friends. Lawyer, did you see the accident? Yes, I saw it happen right outside the restaurant. Thank you. You may step down. Great job. Now you can practice speaking and understanding courtroom conversations. Hat. Episode outro. That's all for today's episode. Now you know how to speak English in a courtroom. Let's review what we learned today. Key courtroom vocabulary. How to introduce yourself in court. How to answer questions clearly. How to speak to the judge, lawyers, and other participants. Common legal phrases you'll hear in court. If you like this episode, don't forget to follow for more easy English lessons. Thank you for listening, and see you next time on Easy English with Emilie. Bye-bye.